The Kh-47M2, also known as Kinzhal, is one of 6 new next-generation weapons that Vladimir Putin unveiled in March 2018. It is a nuclear-capable, air-launched, hypersonic ballistic missile. One analysis suggests the missile can carry both conventional and nuclear warheads, with a payload of up to 480 kilograms or 1,060 pounds, and a thermonuclear option with a 10 to 50 kiloton warhead. This is realistic even though Russia has kept its development process secret and not provided many details about the missile. It can move at least 5 times the speed of sound, or Mach 5, and is intended to be fired from MiG-31 fighter jets at heights of around 18 kilometers, or 59,900 feet. The Kinzhal is capable of traveling at up to Mach 10, or 12,350 kilometers per hour. On March 18, the Russian Ministry of Defense declared that the Kinzhal had been sent into western Ukraine to destroy a missile and aircraft ammunition underground storage facility. The Defense Ministry claimed to have used the Kinzhal to demolish a Ukrainian storage base in the Mykolaiv region the day after the attack and released video of it. Despite the possibility that the system had already been tested in combat in Syria, Russian news agencies claimed that these instances were the first times that Kinzhal missiles had been used in their invasion of Ukraine. Following Russia's revelation, numerous reports about the reliability of Russia's story and the significance of the Kinzhal came from Western outlets. The employment of hypersonic missiles was already acknowledged by President Biden. Nevertheless, other aspects of the assaults, such as their timing and location, remain unknown. Despite Russia's boasts on the Kinzhal and its development of other next-generation systems, many Western specialists feel that Russia overstates the relevance of these weapons. For instance, according to the Center for Strategic and International Studies, Russia's categorization of the Kinzhal as a hypersonic missile is somewhat misleading, as practically all ballistic missiles attain hypersonic speeds at some point during their flight. Additionally, the use of the Kinzhal was likely designed to distract from a lack of progress in Russia's ground campaign, according to the UK Ministry of Defense, and was unlikely to materially impact the result of Russia's war in Ukraine. According to analysts, the ground-launched 9K-720 Iskander-M short-range ballistic missile is the ancestor of the Kinzhal. Both missiles fly on an unexpected, quasi-ballistic, trajectory to reach hypersonic speeds without leaving the atmosphere. The main distinction between the Kinzhal and its alleged predecessor is that the latter is launched from an airborne platform as opposed to the former from the ground, making the former less predictable, more difficult to intercept, and maybe more resilient than the latter. Despite traveling at hypersonic speeds, the Kinzhal is probably not as sophisticated as Russia claims. In contrast to the Kinzhal, an air-launched ballistic missile, modern hypersonic weapons are either hypersonic glide vehicles or hypersonic cruise missiles, which are both being developed by China, Russia, and the United States. Given that the Kinzhal's strategic capabilities don't seem to materially alter the situation in Ukraine on the ground, numerous ideas have been proposed as to why Russia decided to use it. According to some analysts, the Kinzhal system's destructive potential would make it more effective at destroying underground storage facilities. As an alternative, other Western researchers have hypothesized that Russia is switching to the Kinzhal because it is out of Iskander's short-range ballistic missiles. Strategically, Russia may have used the weapon to signal to NATO and Ukraine that it is prepared and able to escalate the confrontation. Others assert that there may be little to no strategic justification for using Kinzhal. Instead, by highlighting Russia's military power and inflating the capabilities of the missile, it may be as much a marketing tactic meant to increase Russia's overseas military sales. Finally, some researchers come to the conclusion that the two Kinzhal attacks on Ukraine had different goals. While the first appeared to have a real military mission to destroy underground weapon storage sites, the second could have been a test of the new system in a real-world setting. It is likely that Russia is using the ongoing crisis in Ukraine for the same reasons it used the Syrian conflict to test a variety of new weapon systems. Even though the Kinzhal is a lethal weapon, most analysts come to the same conclusion that it does not differ significantly from other weapons that have been in use for years. In this instance, the hypersonic label seems to have little real value. However, given that China, the United States, and Russia continue to fund research and development for this class of weapons and strive to assert and/or prove the effectiveness of those efforts, their usage spotlights the so-called hypersonic arms race. Although the Kinzhal may not be a particularly new danger, Russia's decision to employ it in Ukraine and publicize it was probably made to send a message to NATO and the US about its capabilities, commitment to the war effort there, and larger strategic stance.